From our studios in New York, here again is Stone Phillips.
Returning to our look at the lethal impact of side impact car crashes. With the widespread popularity of SUVs and pickup trucks, these kinds of collisions are becoming even more deadly. In fact, drivers are more than twice as likely to die if they're broadsided by an SUV, and nearly 4 times more likely to die if broadsided by a pickup than if they're hit by another car. And even if you're driving an SUV when you get hit, new tests show it doesn't mean you're going to make it out alive. Once again, Lee Thompson.
So far, the crash test dummies in 4 small SUVs have faced the Insurance Institute's side impact crash barrier. Some with very serious injuries, perhaps even 1 death. But there's more bad news ahead. This is the 2003 Honda Element. It's another vehicle without side airbags.
The head is not protected. The head actually contacts this door sill here. Obviously, this is not good. This is not good protection.
And here's what happens to the 12-year-old in the back seat.
So the head is vulnerable to a strike on the window. That's not good. There should be some sort of inflatable protection system here.
With serious injuries to both the child and the mom, the Honda Element goes to the bottom of the rankings. The Insurance Institute's worst rating, poor. And things are only getting worse. Here's the 2003 Land Rover Freelander. As you can see, this SUV has no side airbags.
We're looking at some significant injuries to the ribs, maybe internal organs.
Do you see this crash as a potentially fatal crash?
Oh, for sure. There's no question.
The Freelander gets a poor.
This is the Saturn Vue.
The Vue is hit without its optional side curtain airbags.
And there is no effective protection. We also have major intrusion down here, so we've got very high forces recorded on the driver's torso.
This dummy could be dead.
This dummy could be dead.
The Saturn Vue, another poor, a potential death. The next small SUV to be broadsided, the Suzuki Grand Vitara. It's also sold as the Chevy Tracker.
You can see the head going over and striking or being struck by the barrier.
Look again at what happens. Remember, that is the equivalent of a full-size SUV barreling right into the window of this Vitara.
Does this driver die?
Potentially fatal injuries.
The Grand Vitara, a poor, and another potential death. The popular Toyota RAV4 has lots of problems in this test as well.
You can see the barrier there.
Oh.
And we get head contact with the barrier.
O'Neill doubts that any driver could survive this accident. The RAV4, another poor, another potential death. The 2003 Mitsubishi Outlander doesn't have side impact airbags either, and its small female dummy gets hit hard.
This dummy's head has just been hit by a 3,000-pound barrier.
And
a direct hit.
A direct hit on the head.
O'Neill says there is no way anyone could live through this. The Mitsubishi Outlander, another poor, another potential death.
This is the Ford Escape.
The Escape does offer optional side impact airbags, but this one does not have them.
This head actually left a dent in the barrier.
The Escape gets a poor, another potential death. But Ford also wants the Institute to test its Escape with the optional $310 airbag with head protection. Ford pays for this test.
This combination torso head airbag up very quickly, protecting this driver's head. Makes a very big difference in this crash.
The Escape goes from the worst, poor, to the best, good, for just $310.
A life and death decision for people when they buy the Ford Escape.
Absolutely.
The results of round one of the Insurance Institute Side Impact Crash Test include 2 good performers, 1 acceptable, 2 marginals, and 7 poors. Some of the SUVs that get a poor rating here were also side tested by the government, which gave them its highest rating, 5 stars. O'Neill says his test shows they're not safe enough.
It's not a good story to tell at the moment, is it?
It's a beginning story. It will be a good story 5 years from now. So it's going to take some time. Manufacturers can design vehicles to do well in this test. Subaru has done it.
All of the SUV makers declined an on-camera interview, but did send letters to Dateline. Some say their vehicles pass all federal safety standards. Others say their SUVs are safe and reliable in everyday driving conditions. Some say they're reviewing the Institute's data to see if they can further improve vehicle safety. Mitsubishi claims the Institute's side impact test has not been adopted by any automotive manufacturer or government entity. But one car company, General Motors, says it has added this test to all of its vehicles, not just SUVs. In the past, Insurance Institute tests have changed the way vehicles were designed. They've made it easier for people to survive a real crash like this. The Institute hopes these side impact tests will motivate manufacturers to install side airbags with head protection in both the front seat and back seat of all their vehicles.
Why can't all car makers do it?
They can, and they should, and they will.
To find out which cars, trucks, and SUVs do offer side airbags with head protection, log on to our website. The address is dateline.msnbc.com.